My apologies. I was wearing my mask because I just got back from a full day of being a good person. I love my mask because it's a simple yet effective way to display my righteousness. Am I concerned that 2 children in China dropped dead because they were forced to wear masks in gym class? Nope. Am I concerned that we're creating a generation of children who will be socially awkward and conditioned to fear their fellow man? No. Am I concerned that I'm contributing to an impending socialist technocracy that will enslave the global population? Not even a little bit. Am I concerned that my mask is symbolic of my compliance to the social conditioning that will eventually lead to the forced vaccination of every man, woman, and child on planet Earth? Not a chance. And why am I not concerned, you ask? I'm not concerned because I decided a long time ago that shallow, insignificant gestures are a much easier way to showcase my morality than actually being moral. Because in order to be a real good person, I gotta stand up to a real bad person. And I don't like standing up to or for anything. I've decided that it's much easier to trick my own mind into thinking compliance is a virtue instead of what compliance actually is: cowardice. I prefer to float through life completely ignorant to the fact that every socialist takeover has always begun in the exact same way, with government overreach, public shaming, censorship, and a toilet paper shortage. Don't believe me? Google toilet paper shortage in communist Russia. Did you think you were having a unique experience? I prefer to pretend history never repeats itself so that I can stand by and turn a blind eye every time history repeats itself. I prefer to call anyone who speaks up, fights back, or stands their ground a lunatic or a conspiracy theorist so that I don't feel obligated to do my own research. Research takes away from me time. And lastly, I prefer to put on my mask and stand among a sea of masks so that I never have to be seen, be free, or reveal the deep dark shadows that lurk within me.
She makes me think of a female and slightly less attractive JP Sears.
Who is that? JP Sears. Or the chick?
It's that redhead guy.
Yes, JP Sears
okay.
is the redheaded guy. Okay. I don't know who the chick is. She has a YouTube channel.
If you throw her... Wow, I'm sick, sorry. If you throw her and Demon Eyes liberal baby killer into a cage, who comes out alive?
Who's demonized liberal baby killer?
I don't know, just any of the caricature that strips off her clothes.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one. She looks like she could handle herself. Maybe not.
See, the thing is, the demon eye crazy liberal chicks, they get naked so that nobody will approach them because they know they can't fight. That's the whole shtick is they're so repulsive, nobody's gonna get close to them. Pretty sure that chick can hold her own. She's probably been in a bar fight or two.
Mark probably would.
I'm sorry?
I said you probably would.
Is she single?
Never mind.
Can someone look into her relationship status for me?
No, I meant the crazy-eyed liberal chick that take the clothes off to scare people away. And I'm saying that you probably would. Never mind.
I don't know.
It's cold. My brain isn't working, guys.
How cold is it?
I don't know. There's frost on the ground. I think it was like
frost on the ground.
20,
it's been snowing for 24 straight hours here.
I don't miss that. I don't miss that at all.
That's why there's no light coming in through Mark's window. It's already snowed all the way up to the second floor. It's
basically, yes. And I decided to do orders until like midnight last night and almost died several times. So
Buffalo's going to get 6 foot of snow this weekend, but Canada there is already getting 12 foot. So,
do you get lake effect snow?
Yeah, the big thick stuff.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I didn't know what part you were in. I didn't know if you caught it or not. But...
Like 20 minutes from Lake Michigan. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but doesn't it matter like what side of the lake you're on though?
Maybe.
Because I feel like, based on like the wind currents, the way it comes off, and so like it's like mountains. Like one side of the mountains are usually more arid than the other side. I thought the lakes were kind of like that too with the weather patterns. Like one side usually got hit heavier.
Look, we just talk about the weather. None of us are meteorologists. We don't know how all this shit works.
So you're sick too, Clyde?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a little bit of a stuffy nose, sore throat,
I'm blaming Justin, but I don't know who you got to blame.
Justin.
How's How is it my fault? I'm not sick.
I don't know.
You know, it's funny. You're sick. My wife is sick. The guy who works on day shift, he's sick. What you got? Double ear infection with bronchitis?
No, it's mostly just throat stuff.
Uh,
It's not too bad.
So it happens. You keep getting punched in the back of the throat, and eventually it just gets sick.
Yeah,
More bacteria gets lodged back there.
I should have said something else.
I got the same thing, brother. It's all right. It's just going around. You know, it's probably like adult RSV or like adult COVID stuff. I'm still, man. I'm convinced the vaccines rolled something out that affects everybody, even the unjabbed. It's messing with germs out there in the wild.
Healthy as a horse over here.
Maybe you should lay off the horse.
Like, give it a break for at least a week.
Maybe that's the only thing keeping me healthy. Got to get your exercise somehow, right?
Horse semen. It's the new elixir of life. Welcome to Friday.
Yeah, welcome to Friday. Speaking of,
Do you see? You got something, or you just?
There it is. Sorry. No, sorry. I had accidentally closed it out. I got it. Speaking of the horse,
I got it.
All my colleagues have bestowed upon me speaker, leader, whip. There is no greater official honor for me than to stand on this floor and to speak for the people of San Francisco. This I will continue to do as a member of the House, speaking for the people of San Francisco, serving the great state of California, and defending our Constitution. And with great confidence in our caucus, I will not seek re-election to Democratic leadership in the next Congress. My friends, no matter.
So, do you think they told her, like, you will not be seeking re-election in the next Congress after all the Paul stuff and just the fact that she's been in like very clear cognitive decline for the past couple of years?
So what? They just elected Fetterman. Biden's in the White House, and then you got Dianne Feinstein over there just, playing bingo and forgetting to take the curlers out. Like,
Yeah, I figured our popularity would rise after the polls stuff at this point.
I will say, I think, like, I don't know. So I can't hear those videos that you guys play. It's like there's lag and it's double. So I don't know. That's the retirement video where she's like announcing she's retiring.
Yeah.
You see, okay. I just figured it was because it was Nancy.
Oh, for some reason the I don't know. But
Magoo seems to be confirming what you're saying over here.
You should watch the video from the last episode.
I don't have my headphones in. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I had to go listen to that song a second time last week or yesterday. I guess Wednesday? Rather. Yeah. Anyway, so there's two things like so. I don't know. So she's retiring like immediately.
More or less. She won't be seeking re-election for a leadership position when the new Congress assembles.
See, Magoo heard it too. You dumb son of a bitch.
We already said that. We acknowledged that. You didn't hear us acknowledge it because you're not listening.
Because the echo is too much. But so is she? Because technically she should serve out till January, right?
So
yes,
she's not retiring from.
So is she
Congress.
serving out till January?
She's not retired. She's not like resigning from the House. She's not seeking re-election for a leadership position within the Democratic Party.
Is this so? Is this? Did she just get reelected? Is this going to be her final 2-year term?
Probably. That would be my guess.
Maybe it's all Nancy Pelosi. Maybe when she's out, everything will be good again. I'm just kidding, by the way. But
I'd say the next person will be even worse, though, because they'll be younger and even more retarded.
Is she San Francisco?
Yes, she's from San Francisco.
Yeah, it'll be a homeless person.
That'd be pretty funny.
Or a
I mean, that's the
gay
trajectory.
or a gay
Just pull up a
Canadian
cardboard
illegal
box
immigrant
and
wielding a hammer.
in the house and just start leaving needles and shitting in the hallway. And
Like,
it'd
this
be
homeless
funny.
person in San Francisco dresses better than Fetterman anyways.
Is this the video? I hate this video.
How do I say goodbye to what we
Is the echo still there?
No, not as bad.
It was my fault. I had to put the headphones in.
Totally unnecessary.
That cleavage is unnecessary. It's supposed to be representing America. Come on. Mark is a treat.
It's so hard to say goodbye.
So no wonder Paul went the direction he went here.
So I've been seeing a few pundit type people like
Rachel
talking
Maddow.
about no, just I just not like Twitter people, but talking about like the bias in media, and like nobody's calling for Mitch McConnell's retirement, but everybody's talking about Pelosi's retirement or whatever. It just seems like, but that's kind of like where we're going, right? And that kind of what they want. Like, I think now's a good time for Pelosi to get out and get someone under her to train her up in their socialist like ways and all the ins and outs of making a buck off the people. Seems like a good time to do it. No, I mean, like, I don't know. She's right. She's changing over. She's got like the squad underneath her. She's got, somebody else coming in. Like, if she retires, Newsom will probably throw what's his dumbass in there, Kinzinger. Is it him? I don't know, some other guy. At the same time, McConnell. I feel like McConnell played a big role in tanking a lot of Trump's people. And you kind of wonder about him. Like, isn't that what he wants though? Him and Lindsey Graham and all the other like establishment guys, like, don't they kind of want to keep their jobs? I don't know.
I didn't think Trump and Graham liked each other.
No.
I didn't think Trump and Lindsey Graham liked each other.
No, they don't.
No, I think he's talking about McConnell and Graham.
McConnell and Graham. I think I don't know. Looking at midterms, it seemed like that was kind of where the money went and stuff.
Buddies for sure. They definitely get the gay sex on.
Turtle
I was gonna say when McCain was alive, him too, but they might still have his corpse sitting in one of their offices somewhere.
Probably do. That's why they need to sacrifice those babies and make it come back at night once in a while. A good old fun times of necromancy and dead
They bring in Zelensky.
Poor Zelensky. Do you think he knew what he was getting into when he got into it?
Probably. No, actually, I
don't think so.
I think he won on accident.
Yeah.
He was more of an accidental victor than Trump.
So do you think he's kind of like riding this wave and just holding on, or do you think he's just like fully bought in and is like, okay, let's do this, or like is he just getting used and he's trying to stay afloat?
Nah, he bought and paid for it at this point.
Man,
he's in it to win it.
Stay out of politics, kids. That's how it goes. And keep your values. Stay out of politics. Who's Corey?
He's been watching our show since the beginning, but
hey, Corey. What's up?
Glad you're here.
Did you see Warnock is trying to get the
black vote
special election here? No, well, he's the runoff. So there's early voting on the runoff, and the rules specify that like It starts the fourth Monday before the runoff is when it starts, right? So it's like the Monday after Thanksgiving, and like Warnock's trying to get it to be like the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and so Herschel's like calling him out, telling him, I don't know, stop cheating or whatever. Like, really, does 2 days make a difference, really? And like, what do you really need 4 weeks to vote in advance? Like, why do we have like
That's
like
ridiculous.
No, I get it. It's a runoff. You know what 2 candidates are there. They've been there already. You probably already voted on them already. So that, if anything, that makes more sense than the first go around. You end up with Fetterman and other people who you never hear talk, but you still vote for them, and then you hear them talk, you realize you voted for a vegetable, and
It should be illegal to vote on Saturday. It's too much football going on. Nobody has time for that. Maybe that's what Herschel Walker's complaining about.
You don't change the game, or you don't change the rules as the game's being played.
No, and I mean, it's 2 days. It's not going to matter. But at the same point, it's like, you got to say something. You can't just take it from Warnock.
How many ballots have you sent in, Glad?
I'm not going to talk about that on there.
Okay.
Of course, Warnock's camp is trying to hit back at Herschel Walker calling this out. He says, illegal attempts to block Saturday voting are another desperate attempt by career politicians to squeeze the people out of their own democracy and to silence the voices of Georgians.
He's calling Herschel Walker a career politician?
And suggesting that it's an illegal attempt to stop them from changing the rules 2 weeks before it goes into effect, or whenever it starts. And that
it'd be like next week.
That
right?
4 weeks isn't enough time for people to go vote. So you're squeezing the people out of their own democracy and silencing the voices of Georgians. Raphael Warnock's a real piece of shit.
What's with
he is, dude. He's go back to.
Oh, damn it! Hang on.
These your Georgia candidates.
Mark, didn't you just say something?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what the deal is with your Georgia candidates, because there's a common theme that runs among them.
Black.
A couple of common themes. They're black, and they complain about the voting system constantly.
Well, I mean, I think there were things in place, but I think we kind of, people are holding onto those items in place that kept people from voting, and now it's like, oh, it's still happening. It's like not,
What you mean? Jim Crow isn't still in effect? You mean black votes don't count for 3/5 of a vote?
Yeah. Thank you, Republicans. Right? Or I guess be Democrats now. I don't know. But
what the fuck?
That was the North.
I don't even want to live in the South anymore.
But I don't know.
I don't. So.
You think that ballot harvesting? I'm just putting this together now, maybe but you can't really harvest ballots if you can't early vote. You need time to collect all that and make all your drops. You got to have all that time in the beginning, right? I mean,
yeah.
Now he's starting to get it. And you see the light bulb came on over his head just there. Oh.
Vote early and often.
I mean,
it all makes sense. Now. Why'd you want me to pull the article back up? Did you have something else you wanted to not be able to read?
Probably one of these side articles. We got Captain America. We got
Jana Kramer says Chris Evans ghosted her after her embarrassing bathroom incident. We're closing this out. We're done with that.
We don't want to dive into that? No, we do not. Sorry. For our loyal viewers who wanted to know all about Chris Evans ghosting some chick I've never heard of before because she had a bathroom incident. I was going to say we're not that kind of show, but we kind of are many times. So.
I mean, on occasion, but not today.
Sorry, Clyde.
What was Clyde trying to say?
No, I totally dipped out when you did that. But no, there was another link in that article to something about child support and Warnock not paying his child support, or his ex-wife taking him to court about his child support. The ex-wife that he tried to run over with his car. The pro-choice pastor.
How is he even allowed to run for office if
he's got
if he owes back support? I mean,
I don't know if he does, but like, you know,
I say in the state of Indiana, that'll hold you up on a gun or on a background check for buying a gun or something.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know, I didn't read it, so I don't know if he does, but like, she's just trying. I mean, like the very fact that she's trying to, that he like tried to hit her with his car, that he's pro-choice and he's a pastor, like.
Which is also insane because I have a payment plan set up, and they're deliberately driving me to the black markets instead of letting me legally purchase guns. I'm fine with it. It's whatever. This is on you, DCS. This is not on me. Department of Child Services or whatever. Bastards. Anyway, moving on.
What were we talking about? Like bathroom stories?
No, we're not talking about bathroom stories.
Yeah, I have a pretty good one.
In an incident with some woman.
Oh well,
I thought Captain America was a woman, though.
No, that's Peter Pan. I just saw the word, made me laugh.
Wait, what?
Matt Walsh is one of the best Twitter follows. I would like to note that as he says here, and we're going to go through all of the different ways you can identify yourself, but. As he points out here, I would like to note that faggot is listed as a sexual orientation. It is not a derogatory term. It is a sexual orientation. Thank you very much. When I call you a faggot, I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. I'm merely trying to guess your pronouns. If I guess wrong, you can correct me, but that doesn't make you any less of a faggot.
I am a faggot.
So... What was that? What? Pull that thing back up. What is that like?
Yeah, with the
where are you checking that off? Like where? Like what? What is the question that?
Hang on, you had me pull the wrong thing back up. I was about to get to that.
Oh, okay.
Is aromantic? Does it have to do with like aromas? You get turned on by certain
essential oils.
Yeah.
It is.
I think we have to guess what these are. Sorry, Justin.
That's what we should do for one of the Saturday night shows. Just go through these and like just discuss what they are.
Yeah, like two-spirited in the alphabet, whatever that is. Acronym.
So this is.
I didn't know what that was for the longest time.
Have y'all seen or heard that San Francisco is launching a guaranteed income? It's a universal basic income for transgendered people. So this is your application. So this is your application to get your universal basic income for being transgender. And these are all the different ways you can identify yourself. You can be a cisgendered woman, a transgender woman, a woman of trans experience, woman with a history of gender transition, trans feminine of center, MTF, which stands for male to female, if you weren't aware. Demigirl, T-girl, trans girl, sister girl, cisgender man, transgender man of trans experience, man with a history of gender transition, trans masculine of center, FTM, which is female to male, demi-boy, T-boy, intergender, maverick, no
intergender. I don't see outer gender in there.
I like how they spelled maverick.
I don't know what a hydra. What is this?
Hydra?
See this?
I see FTX. Is that's a little too soon, isn't it? You seen that right?
I feel like I messed up.
This isn't a joke. Are you sure?
T-girl? Is that like? Are they into dinosaurs?
Like they're getting into drugs here at the bottom.
Let's see. Cathoi, Mukes, Kaneth, Therzaneth, Xgender, MTX, FTX. I don't know what those are. Bakla, Mahu. These are fish. Fahafini, Waria, Palonana, Ashtime, Mashoga. They're just making up shit. Let's see.
Like,
or they really did misread Tolkien's Lord of the Rings stuff because this is all Elven language.
Oh God. What else we got? Stud, butch, boy,
Stud.
femme,
Stud.
xenogender, agender, genderqueer, gender fluid, gender fuck, bigender, multigender, pangender, gender creative, gender expansive, third gender, neutros, omnigender, polygender, travesti. Cool. Maybe those are the Spanish. No, because then down here we have questioning, or I don't use a label. Gray
Yeah.
gender.
Screw your 87 labels. I don't use one.
Yeah, that's the one I want to check off. I don't use a gender.
My
Fuck you
label
and
is
all this
non-labeled.
nonsense.
Mm-hmm. But like, these aren't even like
Words.
genders. They're preferences, though.
Yes.
Like they're preferences. It's like this, doggy style, missionary, cowboy, cowgirl. Like that's all this is. Like this is
Reverse
not
romantic.
cowgirl is the best, but
well, yeah. It
What?
depends. Depends on when the bleaching occurred. But.
Yeah.
Sorry. But no, like really, that's it. Like some of those, I guess I can see, like male, female, like different transition stuff, like what stage you're in. But a lot of that is just like preference. It seems like, I don't know, right? I mean, like stud, butch, like that's just a preference. It's not like you're.
I did not see bear listed on there anywhere.
Don't get
It's
Clyde started on the Bears.
just it's obviously not an inclusive list.
Obviously not. I'm
Someone
still trying to
should
figure
sue.
out what gender fuck is. That's weird. Now, how you
That
gonna
seems
call
like
it?
it's also not a label. It's just like, whatever.
Just do everything and anything that has an orifice.
Oh, look! I found mine. Aggressive. That's it. It just says aggressive.
Too much testosterone.
I identify as aggressive.
That's highly accurate. Well, speaking
I
of,
wonder if you identify as aggressive and then you get like arrested for
being
fighting
aggressive,
yeah, like can you use that? Be like,
I mean,
look, it's just me. I can't
just
help
me.
it.
That's just how that's just my gender.
It's my nature.
Yes.
I have to do this. Like, you're denying me my sexual orientation.
We joke, but it'll happen.
I wonder next time I have to renew my driver's license. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to be like, I don't identify as a male anymore. I identify as aggressive. Can you, especially in the driving department, can you put that on my license? I don't want the M. I want, it needs to be an A. Actually, AG is how this lists it. So put that on there.
I identify as a D-dubs.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask.
Still figuring it out.
Yeah, and I guess maybe I am aggressive because sperm counts and concentrations declining globally since 1970s, but fertility implications are unknown. It was proven that I was pretty fertile. Birth control did not put a stop to my swimmers. So
No.
Yeah, I hear you.
Do they pontificate about microplastics and all that in here, or is it?
I doubt it.
This is
Although it
Department of
Fox.
Education.
Oh yeah.
There's a direct correlation there, I think. Department of Ed was what, 1979?
Polyester underwear.
Don't knock it till you've tried it.
Started making kids sit in classrooms, and all these little boys just spend their lives in the halls, and then they're swimmers.
And
Don't swim.
they just atrophied. They're just sitting around all day, just getting no use. Hey, but I don't know. It is interesting. It's got to be something environmental, whether it's all the stuff, all the
fluoride in the
fertilizers and
water, all the chemicals
all
they
that,
put in
yeah.
the food.
Yeah.
But they'll blame it on
Or
climate change.
like you gotta. I wonder, when did the vaccine schedule really start to heat up? Right,
Early 80s.
Yeah.
I think porn plays a role.
Stop drinking ethanol. You won't have a problem. But
Oh,
is
here we go.
this? Does it talk about like
Never mind.
like which continents it's more prevalent on?
No, it
Sure.
just says all of them.
Not only in.
It really does.
I don't see Africa. Oh, I do. Africa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally all of
Antarctica.
them. The study
Antarctica is
concluded.
pretty good.
The study concluded there is a global decline in sperm concentration not only in North America, Europe, and Australia, but also in South and Central America, Africa, and Asia.
They could have just said every continent but Antarctica.
Yeah.
Save themselves a bunch of words.
Should check on the penguins. They might be having trouble too.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. So it's global, I guess. I don't know. I guess you look at the African tribes. Are they really having problems popping out babies, or is it like the methods for counting sperm are rather simple?
You look at the big vans driving by you. Are the Mexicans having problems?
Yeah, they should break this down further and see like what
We can look
genders, what genders are having problems with their sperm count, what races are having problems with their sperm count.
Apparently, aggressive is fine.
Is Justin still here?
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out
No, there he goes.
I'm trying to figure out how to transition over into this video, but there's not a
Yeah,
good
we bet
way.
you are.
And it's like an 8-minute video, so it's not. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna have to crop it and try.
Let's talk about sperm, and he just disappeared.
Literally, just like stopped.
Well, no, I think there's one of the reasons for the declining sperm count is that you've got unattractive females like these.
Oh my gosh!
Dude, this is great.
And they're trying to rank themselves or rank each other or whatever. What the hell? Been watching this for literally 3 seconds and then get an ad. YouTube.
I did enjoy the I don't know how they rank themselves, and like you don't have to be a male to realize that they've done it wrong, right? Like, and they're more racist than anybody else. Like they put the Asian girl and the black girl at the end, put the fat girl in the middle.
Holy crap! So they went least to best, left to right, and
the 2 white girls are on the top.
So the fat chick is number 2, and the homely chick is number 1.
I wouldn't call her homely. She's just kind of like.
She's just someone you wouldn't
want
to. Yeah, she's probably weird. Crazy eyes.
Yeah.
But
then when the dudes did it, the
zoom in on number 4.
Number 1.
I can't.
She's like, I think she's like Indian or something.
Number 4 is.
I think so.
He's still trying to
Damn
zoom in.
There.
He said, I can't do it. I don't know. I can't see.
There, is that better?
From what I can tell, 4 is the most attractive.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, 4 is the winner.
But it's not hard to tell.
I don't know, 4 or 5. 4 or 5.
All right, so then we get over here and the dudes. The dudes come in.
It's so humiliating, so degrading. Like, you switch over here.
No. You down here.
Yeah, look at that.
Isn't it funny the dudes put the fat chick last?
Yeah, no, it's not. But I mean, like that's what it
makes
is. Like, look, you can have all these fat phobic, stop body shaming campaigns, and guess what? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Fatty's a fatty. It's not attractive.
I agree.
And apparently, dudes have a thing for Asians. I'm still confused by that, but whatever.
Really?
I don't know. not really my cup of tea, I guess.
I usually stick to one race.
Yeah, we know the one race. We get it. Blonde hair, blue eyed, whatever.
I'm actually more of a brunette guy, but whatever.
Did you end up with your type, Justin?
Ultimately.
It took a while. I got a whole history of how he ended up where he's at
I would say
on the way to Mississippi.
I was always ending up with my type, except for that first marriage. I should have that should have been the clear sign. Like, she was not my type, so I probably should have just passed. Yeah, I don't want to be shallow, but at the same time, she's under 5'8", and she doesn't look like
I'll marry her.
She doesn't look like a model, so I should probably pass. But no, I'm trying to make it work. See, if you have a type, stick to your type. Don't go drawing outside the lines, or coloring outside the lines, whatever.
This has been relationship advice from Justin.
Did you end up with your type?
No.
Sorry.
I never never really did, though. I mean, type would be there for one-offs, but never actual.
All right, so what's your type?
long-term.
How about that? Let's get to the important questions here.
I mean, no, just under, short,
Woman.
little, blonde. Yeah.
Someone who identifies as a woman.
Short, petite,
Yes.
blonde. Okay, so
Yes. Yeah.
basically,
Pretty much.
basically, Clyde fell in love with his Barbie dolls and just never got past that.
Fair enough.
See, I like tall, model-esque brunettes. So I kind of
That's what I ended up with, though. So it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of hit it right on the head with current wife.
She still hits it on the head.
From time to time, if I'm lucky.
Yeah. Oh, what else we got on this?
I don't know.
Fantastic.
Mark hadn't told us what his
Friday.
type is yet. But
Dark hair.
I thought he said it was the
brunette.
race.
Not taller than me. White.
So you like short chicks too? Huh?
Mark's taller than I
Midgets,
expected him to be.
Legal midgets.
Thank you.
How tall are you? I thought you were 5'6".
He's like
5'9".
Yeah.
Oh,
He might even be.
Oh,
He might even
alright.
be pushing 5'10" a little bit.
really?
5'9" and 3/4. We'll go
He's
with that.
close. What are we gonna?
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah, his daughter was shocked. She said, "You said he was a borderline midget or dwarf." I think is what she said.
My son
Sorry,
texted me.
disappointed you.
My son texted me. He said, "How short is he?" I was like, "Oh, he's like borderline dwarfish."
They're expecting that Game of Thrones guy, Dinklage or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, he's borderline dwarfish. He's super short. So we get back to the house, and they're like, "He's not short." Sorry, set him up for a disappointment.
They all rushed home because they thought it was like a zoo thing where they could see the tiny
They
person.
for real were thinking.
They told
that I,
all their friends. They're gonna charge people at the door. Yeah.
They thought I had to make you ride in the back seat and sit in the car seat, something like that. Just carrying you around at the ball game, holding you on my shoulder so you could see. Oh, did you see that short chick that was behind us? She was so mad.
Yeah, I kind of heard little rumblings coming from her. She's like,
When me and Tho and Tho's brother all come in there, she's like, "How we end up behind the tall people?"
I turn around and say, "Excuse me."
I was like, "You can stand on our seat and see so you can see over us. It's fine. We're not gonna sit down much. So just stand."
She
here."
seemed to be really in a bad mood all game long.
Well,
I'm never paying for a ticket again. I can't even watch the game.
yeah. That's the hassle when you get seats that close. Is you're gonna be in all of the people who want to be there and are standing up. And, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of us are tall.
Was it Ole Miss? Was it just Mississippi?
Mississippi State. Don't be talking about
Okay.
Ole Piss. That's those fighting
Well,
words.
dude, I know it's all the same. So where was the game?
Starkville.
Where is that?
In
Mississippi.
Okay. So how far was that from you guys? Like, how long of a drive was it to get from like where you
Yeah,
are
what was
to
it?
there?
It was
I
like
don't know, 6 hours.
right?
Damn, how crazy.
It didn't seem that long.
Time
Probably because I
flies
got
when
a
you're
whole
having fun.
history of. I got Justin's whole history, so
I got most of Mark's. It's a lot of time to talk. We should have recorded the whole thing.
we should have put it out as a podcast
Justin and Mark talk for 6 hours.
in the
Done
truck.
nothing.
So yeah, Trump once again. We see Trump vindicated by the FBI.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put it down. We'll talk about it.
Is he ever going to go to jail? They keep getting my hopes up. This has been like 6 years of disappointment. I was expecting World War III.
That
Hillary
still
was
might be
supposed to
on
go to
the,
jail.
the cards. World War III, I think, is still a viable option.
World War III. Hillary was going to jail. We're draining the swamp. We're going to be imprisoning gay people and everything else. What else was Trump going to do? Oh, women were going to lose the right to
Build a
vote.
wall.
I was really
Mhm.
cheering for that one. You know, we're going to build a wall.
Kill all the drug dealers.
Yeah, I've been trying, but man, there's so many. Can't keep up. And then Trump was going to go to jail. And then Trump was going to go to jail. Trump was going to go to jail again. And Trump was going to go to jail. And then most recently, Trump was going to go to jail. And yet, nothing. One of these days.
Well, now Twitter's gonna fall apart too, apparently. So.
Oh yeah, Twitter's in the shitter now.
Like the whole thing with Trump and like trying to get him like arrested or put in jail, like I don't know that I necessarily understand it. Like, okay, the first couple times, like I understand people really don't like him. They're crazy about, you know, him wanting to be done with him. But like at this point, like nothing they throw at him is actually like legitimate, right? Like everything is exaggerated and made up, fabricated by the Democrats themselves. Like what is it that he holds that makes him such a target? And like at what point, like, you know, because he's such a target, like is that the distraction? Right? Is there something else going on that we're supposed to ignore, that we're missing because we're so caught up on sinking Trump's ship? Like, you know, it's like he's gone now. You know, is that it? Is it we're just like so petty that, you know, it's like.
See, he was going to jail. He had the audacity to beat both of the establishment's chosen candidates. He beat Jeb Bush in the Republican primary, and then he beat Hillary in the actual election. So, like, those were the two that had been, those were the chosen ones, and he beat both of them. So that's where the vitriol comes from. And then, so he was going to go to jail for Russian collusion, except that ended up being complete and total bullshit. And actually, it was the Hillary campaign that were colluding with Russia. But never mind any of that, right? Then he was going to go to jail for having a phone call with Zelensky, and because he was influencing Ukraine somehow. But that wasn't actually what was happening. And now we see who's really been influencing Ukraine.
Wait, that phone call was with Zelensky?
Yeah, it was right after Zelensky got elected.
Interesting. If I thought about that, I would have known that, but I just never. Interesting.
Let's see. Then he was going to go to jail for his tax returns, because apparently,
which Ice Cube or Ice T is very, very upset about still.
Yeah, it's highly illegal to use the completely legal loopholes that have been built into the system to. pay as little taxes as humanly possible. Then he was going to go to jail for the insurrection, except that all he did was stand at a podium and like give a half-ass speech. Like it wasn't even a super moving speech.
Yeah,
And,
Justin was there ready to go, and he's like,
yeah, it's just that the whole thing just petered out. I was like, yes, let's do this. Storm
He
the
said,
Capitol.
"Find
And then I
find me
listened to him
Katniss
talk, and
Everdeen."
I was just like, never mind. This isn't even worth it. I'm going home. Fuck it.
He's about to get a knock on the door.
Bad choice.
Yeah, they should have put him in the middle of the Michigan thing, like the Whitmer plot, and I think
Trump.
that probably would have got him. Yeah,
He's part of the plot. Yeah.
I'm surprised. You know, they could have got him if he was tied him to it.
It could have been it.
Are there new plots going into place since she won re-election? Or just nobody cares about her.
Well,
Nobody cares
like
about
Clyde, I can't say anything. Just kidding. I don't run in these circles, so I don't know. I don't run in FBI circles.
That's wise.
They'll do something else. They'll move somewhere else. I think. They'll find.
Speaking of
else.
running in,
she kind of.
Well, she got her second term, so
yeah.
Speaking of running in FBI circles, did you see the report that's come out that like I can't remember how many it was. It was like over 30 people who like participated in the January 6th were actually feds, and the Proud Boys is like 40% feds, and like I don't think it's actually 40%, but it's
a substantial amount.
Significant number. Yeah.
I didn't,
Well,
but I'm not surprised at all. I mean, like it just seems part of the course. Yeah. Do you think they huh?
Go.
Do you think they have people in like Antifa as well?
Probably. I mean, if you were a Fed, wouldn't you want to throw bricks through windows?
Through your own workplace.
Because think, if you're one of the feds that gets like the punishment position that you're having to go hang out with the Proud Boys or like go, I guess January 6th was different, but like if you're the Patriot Front or the Proud Boys Fed, all you get to do is go like walk around. You don't even get to do anything fun. If you're the
Antifa get hot
Fed,
too. You're in a full ski mask, but it's white and everything.
If you're the Antifa Fed, you get to throw bricks through windows. You get to riot and set shit on fire. You get to knock old people down. Like this is a federal agent's wet dream. They all probably have to draw straws to see who gets to be the lucky one to go be the Antifa Fed. Like, fuck you losers! I get to Party Central.
This is why Charlottesville. This is why Charlottesville is such a big deal. It's because the woman that was killed in the car accident was a Fed. You killed one of ours.
Probably
makes sense. Yeah. I don't know.
Very fine people.
Very, very fine.
So Twitter, I've been on and off. It's shutting down because people are quitting? Is that what people are saying? And they don't have enough engineers to run the thing?
No, Trump fired all the engineers. Trump. Elon fired all the engineers. He did it. He did it Trump style though. He's like
he gave them.
He stopped paying them.
Though, right?
He stopped giving them free lunch.
Oh,
I cut out the free lunch, and people lost their damn mind about free lunch.
And now Twitter is going to be no more, even though it seems to be working fine for me right now.
Yeah.
Did you see the chick that like called him out on the free lunch thing? Like attempted to. She was like, "I've been running this program for 2 years and blah 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 blah." And then he replied and was like, "Here's the actual like numbers. Y'all are losing money hand over fist doing this. We're ending the program. Like this. Nobody even like y'all are dumping money into this thing, and nobody's even eating the lunches. Like the percentage of people who actually eat your free lunch is ridiculously low. So it's just a waste of food and money. So we're ending this."
Once again, Elon is deciding not to solve world hunger. He could do it.
Causing more hunger, in fact.
Bastard.
Isn't that funny? Oh man, that's got to be deliberate, right? Like they said I could end world hunger. Well, fuck that. I'm gonna make all these Twitter employees hungry. That's the ultimate troll. Elon's the one playing 4D chess.
Was it Elon or was it Bezos who the MSNBC anchor said could give $1 million to everybody? Do you remember this?
Bezos,
But somebody's the thing is, like, somebody's always saying that. Like, there's always like there was so I think it was Elon they're talking about, like, what he paid for Twitter and like how much money he could have just given to like every like American or something. And it was like, these people don't know how to do math. I mean, it's just like
I suck at math, and I saw that number.
like
I was like,
$5, not like $500 million. Like fucking idiots. Like, but whatever. I don't know,
Is
man.
Justin doing math right now?
$133 per
There it is.
American.
Yeah.
That's how much you would get if Elon decided to just write you a check instead of buying Twitter.
$133. What would you do with your $133?
Buy
Fill up my
Twitter.
truck with gas.
That's sad, but true.
Have you guys got diesel up there?
I don't use diesel. My truck isn't diesel.
Been hearing that there's diesel shortages in certain parts of the country.
Oh, really?
But I don't know if there's anything to that.
I haven't heard anything about it. The at the plant, whenever the yard drivers tell me that they're out of fuel, somebody calls the place and they come and fill it up that day. So I don't think we're having any major shortages.
Oh, you just dump a bottle in the tank anyway. Dude, I'm freezing, man. Damn, Georgia winter.
How cold is it? Did you say?
Yeah, what is it? 47?
I think it's like
You just said it was cold. You didn't like really specify. Like it's 31 here. It's a little bit cold.
53.
I don't know. It was 28 last night, 26. The thing is, like, people build their houses differently down here. They don't build it to deal with the cold. If they built a house like you built it in New England, like, you'd have no problem in the winter. You turn the heat on once, heat it up for the day, and you'd be set. But you don't do that. They build it like it's kind of retarded. But it's 38 right now.
You trying to get us out of here 7 minutes early?
No.
No.
We got to talk about fentanyl.
George Fentanyl?
Let's go.
No, we're not talking about George Floyd. Scientists create a vaccine for fentanyl that stops you from getting high on potent opioid that kills 200 Americans a day.
How much you want to bet that this vaccine comes from the same place that they distribute the fentanyl?
Right?
Probably.
Like, look, fentanyl is like a man-made thing, and now magic. Like, hope we have a vaccine for it. Like,
yeah,
people not get this yet? You still don't get it?
It stops you from getting high, but does it stop it from, I don't know, fucking killing you?
No, you still die. You just don't have all this pleasant side effects.
So you don't even get to enjoy it on your way out? What's
the way out?
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
Well, but I think, and somebody was saying that there's like a bunch of different, not strains, but variations, I guess, of fentanyl. So, like, does it work the same for all of them, or is it just like the initial one?
So
I don't know. I don't know my fentanyl.
So there are
Chauvin.
It's a Chauvin shot, and you got to get your Chauvin booster every 6 months for fentanyl.
Yeah.
So there are different strains of fentanyl, and
it's all synthetic.
Some are
right?
more contagious, but less deadly than others. And you have to have a booster to protect you from those. Is that what I'm understanding here?
Probably.
Oh, there it is. D-Dubs would be the one to know.
D-Dubs would know. Yeah,
of course, we talk about drugs when we don't have our neighborhood expert here.
It does seem to be the case.
It's always the way it goes. Well,
Go ahead, Clyde.
No, I was gonna say something about Narcan, but I forgot. Like, don't we already have like Narcan? Don't they already have it? But I guess the vaccine is something you put in your system. It just waits around until you OD on fentanyl.
I don't know. How does any of this shit work anymore? What's a vaccine? Nothing makes sense. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Mark's future wife, she has some thoughts on fentanyl.
Trey sent me a photo yesterday of MTG and Rittenhouse next to each other, so I think Rittenhouse got to her first.
Whatever you're
saying, anyway.
You're older and more seasoned.
Just got to go kill some pedos, and you might be in their good graces.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Quick question. A lot of you mentioned the fentanyl crisis that is happening, but most that comes from people crossing the border.
Where's that reporter from?
Citizens, not necessarily immigrants. What is your response to that? That is something.
I would ask for where's your proof on that, because that's not what we've been shown. That's not what, when we go to the border and we're speaking with Border Patrol agents, when we're there on the ground, that is not at all what we're being told. So I'm going to push back on your, I'm sorry, I don't see, I don't. The Cato Institute is not the Border Patrol. There's a big difference there. I'm sorry, is the Cato down there securing our border and stopping illegal aliens and human trafficking and drug trafficking? I'm sorry, you're going to have to get a direct source. And when you bring the Border Patrol in there and want to quote that, then we may take you seriously. But we're not taking the Cato Institute seriously.
I'm gonna hang that in my room. We're not taking the Cato Institute seriously.
They're like, are they out there with Reason?
Cato is worse than Reason. They're way worse than Reason. Reason actually
I feel
is
like
half-ass redeemable from time to time. Cato is never even remotely.
Okay. I remember them from a few years ago, and it's kind of like, who are these people? But I couldn't remember.
Was it Cato that was justifying vaccine passports?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, Cato. So Cato is the popular go-to libertarian source for all things whenever people in the government want to refer to something. They're like, well, look, Cato says this, and they're libertarian, so they're neither right nor left. It's like, no, Cato is full-on fucking progs.
Yeah.
Also, Cato himself is a little overrated. You read a couple of Julius Caesar bios, you kind of hate Cato.
Did you guys see the meme that the LP National put out of Biden, Zelensky, and FTX guy?
Yeah.
And they took it down
like some bitches.
And then LP New Hampshire put it back up.
Always.
What was anti-Semitic about it? I know everything is construed as anti-Semitic, but
what? They said it was anti-Semitic?
I think so.
From what I gathered, it was the hand wringing. The way he was holding his hands was like the Happy Merchant hand wringing.
That's perfect.
So the Georgia LP, the social media guys retweeted it, but they put the like yellow thumbs up like emoji sticker over like FTX guy's hands.
Nice.
It was pretty amusing, and it caught a lot of flack in like the Georgia LP. Made me laugh. I had to chuckle. But then like it's one of those things. Like somebody else like posted like a redone version of it with like a bunch of words explaining like where things are going. It's like you've lost the whole point. Like this is a left meme. Like, yeah, right. It's like I'm not gonna sit here and read this, you jackwagon. Like, show me a picture. I'm retarded. I can't read. Like, you know.
That's not what memes are for. Reading.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.